Alright, so we are back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we're going to be doing the team building guide for the up-and-coming AGL ZAMASU EZA event. Now, the weakness is Battle of Fate, so I mean that's a pretty good category. You can see right here, a lot of options, a lot of new LRs we just got on this category, so for most players this should be pretty easy, but I still figured I could do the video maybe for newer players or people who don't really know what team to bring, or people who don't know what lead to bring, because there's good leads on this category, but if you don't have some of the new LRs, it can be kind of tricky. Now, in terms of who to bring, you're going to want to make sure you stay away from extreme class units, because once you hit the 4th fight, there's 60% damage reduction against all extreme class units, and then once you keep on going on, I think the 20th fight, yeah, then it's 80% damage reduction. So maybe if you want to bring some extreme class units for like the first 10 fights, I mean, you could probably get away with that, but then after that, you're going to be doing like no damage, because then, you know, on the 20th fight, you get 80% damage reduction. So unfortunately, that does mean units like the new LR Zamasu, the other LR Zamasu, Golden Frieza, you can't really bring them because they've got that 80% damage reduction. I know Zamasu's got type advantage and he does a lot of damage, but unfortunately, this event really isn't going to be that great for him. But that's okay, because there's a lot of really other good options you can bring. So just to start off, the best lead you could bring is actually the new LR Goku Vegeta. Now, they got a little bit of hate going on with them right now, but they're very good, right? Especially for an EZA event, they're going to destroy it. So they're a relatively high damaging unit in their pre-fuse state. So they can be pretty impressive. You're not really going to get the chance to stack with them that much because the fight isn't really going to go on that long. And the same is to be said about their fusion, but there is still a chance you will get it. And if you do end up getting the fusion, you're going to just blow this event out of the water. Like pretty much any fight, like even if it's the 30th fight or if you go to like 77 or whatever, this guy's still going to be very crazy in there. So bringing him as a lead is definitely going to be good, not only because he's a very, very good lead, but also he's a very, very good unit. Now, again, unfortunately, stuff like him stacking defense, him stacking attack, isn't really going to be that useful in here. And then I guess the same is really to be said with the fusion, but you still will get the opportunity to maybe get the fusion a couple times. And again, even in his pre-fuse state, he's still going to be impressive because he's got the dodge, he's got the guard for the first 4 turns. So for the majority of these fights, he's going to be very good. And as a lead, he's pretty much the best option you could bring. And then next up as a lead to bring, we've got the 8th year anniversary GT Duo. So I'm sure a lot of you did manage to pull them. Obviously, we just had the anniversary on Global. They do outright lead Battle of Fate, very similar to the Goku and the Vegeta, so they're a very good option to bring. The extra 30% is the final trump card or Shadow Dragon Saga, so not really the best 30% buffs, but still them leading Battle of Fate is very useful. Their stacking attack, same reason why this guy's stacking isn't that useful. The event just really isn't going to be that long, but I guess it's still good. He's getting more attack as the fight goes on. He gets a lot of defense on Super, so that definitely will be very good. He builds up this damage reduction, so even though this guy does have type disadvantage, I mean, you know, it's an EZA event. It's really not going to hit that hard. And then with the defense on Super, with all the additionals, so then the defense he gets on Super is going to be, you know, it's going to be happening a lot because he's going to do like 4 Supers. And then also you're building up this damage reduction. Even though he has type disadvantage, it really doesn't matter. He's still going to be very impressive in this fight. And also, if you really struggle with him, which I doubt you will, you've got the standby. So then you can go into the revive, you can drop that, hopefully crit so it can do some damage, which he is STR, so he's got the base 5 crit. And then in the standby mode, you know, you're a really good support. So he's a really good unit all around. He's got some good links. He's going to link well with a lot of other like sand units you're bringing, like these guys. I mean, you could just look on this category. There's a lot of sand units. So definitely a good option to bring, and I'm sure a lot of you do have them. And then next up as a lead, I don't recommend you bring him as a lead if you have other options in your box, but if this is like the only unit you can bring as a lead, you could definitely make it work. He does lead Battle of Fate, but unfortunately he only gives 130% to HP, and then only 170% to stats is a little low as well. So then if you do have this guy, 100% recommend you bring them instead. But you could make this work because then you could bring this guy as your lead, and then as a friend lead, you could bring like this guy, and then the team will be looking really good. So this guy could work as a lead. He's a good unit. He can do some solid damage. He's got this transformation starting from turn 3 when HP is 77% or less, so you actually will see that pretty often in these EZA fights. And, you know, he can do a lot of additionals. He can crit a lot. He's getting a lot of attacking defense on Super. You know, he's a good unit. Not really much else to say about him. He's not insane. He's aged a lot. I mean, look at that. But, I mean, still, you know, he's a good unit. He can do some solid damage. And these EZA events really aren't that difficult. So it's not like he's going to get hit for, like, you know, 300k on a Super. It's just he's not going to be doing as much damage and tanking as well as some of these other units I'm going to mention. But again, as a lead, it could work, right? And then next up, we do have the Tech Piccolo, the orange Piccolo. So you could probably run a sub team with this guy if you don't have any of the other leads and you really don't want to run the Super Saiyan 2 into 3 Goku. But regardless, this guy's still very good. Even just to bring him on the team, he's going to be extremely useful because obviously he does have type advantage. He's going to be doing a ton of damage. He's got a lot of things in his kit to help him do a lot of damage. I mean, he's getting Ki, so obviously getting an 18 Ki super is going to be very easy with him. He's building up, so then just throwing him in slot 1 and then having him build up this extra 150% attack and defense will be very good. And then also in slot 1 when he receives an attack, he's going to give the whole rotation an extra 2 Ki. So between everything, he's going to be very good for this event. Like I mentioned, you know, he's got type advantage and he's just a very good LR. So a very good option to bring. He does also have the giant form, which the giant form is very good. He gets a lot of extra Ki. He's got additionals built in, and then with him also having type advantage, he's going to be very, very good and be doing a lot of damage. What's the condition for the giant form? Can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn are superhero category characters starting from the 3rd turn. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's really good. You're going to be able to get the giant form transformation a lot. So yeah, Piccolo's a crazy option. Definitely a must run on the team. Like, even if you're not using him as a lead, I mean, bringing him on the team, I would say is pretty necessary. Just because, again, very good LR, and he's got type advantage, so you really can't go wrong with bringing him. And then next up, we do have the Tech 5th year anniversary Vegito. So this guy's very good. You all probably already know about it. I mean, honestly, do I even have to talk about it? I could probably just go to the next one already. You guys know he's crazy. He's on the category. He's got type advantage. He's got the blue transformation. Makes him one of the best units in the game. That's that, right? Not really much else to say. And then next, we do have the Tech World Tournament Goku. So this guy is featured on the Vegito's banner. Took me a second, sorry. It's featured on the Vegito's banner. So a lot of you probably managed to pull him or pick them up with red coins. So very, very good option to bring. He's not the most damaging unit for the first couple turns, but you build up with him. He also has the standby in his back pocket. He's got type advantage. Just a very good unit all around. And I guess you technically could run like a sub team with him. He leads Earthbred Fighters. So, I mean, a lot of units on this category are also on Earthbred Fighters. So a very good unit to bring. There isn't really much else to say. He's got the standby, but the condition probably isn't that great. Yeah, 59% or less starting from the 6th turn. So you're never going to get the standby in an EZA event. But again, with type advantage, with reasonable damage, and then, you know, him having guard and all that, he's going to be fine defensively, and then his damage should be pretty impressive as well. And then finally, we do have the Tech Trunks. So if you want to, you just do that guy's EZA event first, and then bring him in this EZA event, and then he'll just crush it. Because he's a really good EZA. I know there's a little talk about him not really being that great. He's good. He's really good. I mean, especially with him stacking, he's going to be very impressive. They could have made him a little bit better, but he's still very good. So I guess that's pretty much all there is to talk about. I mean, there are a lot of other good options you could bring. You got UI Goku here. You got, I guess, the Goku and Frieza if you really want to bring them. You know, on JP, you can bring the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who's a good option. You could bring the LR Vegeta and Trunks. You could bring God Goku, Beast Gohan. He's, you know, going to do a lot of damage. You could do the Z Duo. So there are other options you could bring, but everyone I've mentioned in the video so far are like the main units you're going to want to bring, or like the main leads you're going to want to use, because of course they've got type advantage, or they've got some sort of mechanic where they're going to be doing a lot of damage. But yeah, a lot of really good options you could bring. Just make sure you're not bringing extreme class. You should be fine. So that's pretty much been the video. Let me know in the comments what team you're going to run, and let me know whose EZA you're going to do first. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.